Trying to decide if I'm too mad or not to do this video. So, I just got here to the hospital. I'm at General Hospital today. I just walked over here. And it's still cold at the end of April, just in case no one's paying attention. And I was going to go get some tea, and then I changed my mind, but I was passing a vending machine, and I looked at the price for a soda, and it was $2. And I was just like, you know what, I can't even ask anyone for $2. I'm not going to even tell you what happened to me yesterday. Yes, I am. I'm going to tell you about it, but at the end of this. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, and the worst part about that statement about me not being able to ask somebody for $2 is that when this story gets out, there's going to be so many people acting like this is just the most horrible thing that could have ever happened and taken place, and they wouldn't have given me the $2 either. And that's why I say this nation as a whole has to get more in tune with matters of the spirit. Because right now you're walking with someone. You're walking next to someone at work. Y'all walking downstairs to the cafeteria, and you don't know who that person is when they're not around you. You don't know what that person can bring themselves to do. You don't know when y'all part and are off a break, what type of ill-mannered practices that individual partakes in. You don't know these people. And they're only nice to you or nice with you because y'all don't see each other before a moment. Y'all don't get together. Y'all's families don't know one another. And you never known them to really hang with their family. Yes, you do have a fucking problem. I don't care if you've been over for one barbecue. You don't know them. Oh yeah, I've been by their house before and I've met her husband. You don't know them. But at work, you're mingling and you're amongst a woman that chips babies the moment that they part from their mother. But at work, you're amongst a man that's purposefully late to a call for cardiovascular distress. These people are allowing people to die on purpose, according to the instruction that they're given by the government. It's a problem. At work, you think y'all are just housekeeping. But when you go do your routes, and he goes and is supposed to be doing his route. He's supposed to be pulling trash, cleaning toilets, cleaning sinks, wiping down mirrors, refilling toilet paper and paper towels, dusting. That's the stuff he's supposed to be doing. But because he can do it at his own leisure, he's getting the cue to show up and try to make somebody uncomfortable. A whistleblower, like myself. Like I said, we were all chipped at birth. Now, if you're doing your job and you're not bothering anybody and you're paying bills and you're worried about your car note and you're half raising your children and not trying to mend family matters, you're doing exactly what they want you to do. You're not a problem. You're still being watched, but you're not a problem because you're not a nonconformist. You don't have a dream. You don't have goals. None that will affect the world. And with that chip, when someone starts doing something that was not in their prediction, it's used against them. The government shows up and starts talking shit. Real men and women doing their fucked up job. But that's not the only way it's used. It's not just used to intimidate and silence people. It's also used to communicate with those that work for them. When they have their men and women out here in the field posing as the janitor, they're telling him exactly where you're at. Just like they're talking to me, they're talking to him. But he's on their side, and I'm the problem. But at work, you think he's doing what you're doing. But meanwhile, he's harassing me. He's showing up in places that he has no business knowing that I'm at. But at work, she's a chiropractor. No, I'll leave that alone for a little bit. But at work, she's a psychiatrist. And y'all get together, y'all go and do lunch. And when y'all come back, y'all go to y'all separate offices to conduct business in the matter that y'all choose. One would think everyone's held to high ethical practice, but that's just not the case. A lot like the janitor. She knows who you are before you even get there. Is she doing her job? Or is she quick to label with no proof? None at all. And if you're not a person that stands up for yourself, a label is exactly what it'll be. And medication is exactly what they'll try to prescribe someone that does not have an issue. For telling the truth. Because these are all things that they know are taking place. They already know it's taking place. But Lord forbid you know. Oh, and you're telling people? You're a problem. But how do we stop you? If you're more powerful than us. How do we stop you? If you're not breaking any of the rules, if you don't have a vice, if you don't have an addiction, if you don't have, how? How is the world or the field of medical and medicine going to prove that their label is justifiable? How are they? You'll have to hear this shit. When I'm gonna make them show y'all how all this is possible. I'm gonna tell you what I know. But I'm gonna force the government to show you what these people are doing. And when I make the movie, when I make and produce the movie for it years from now, you'll get to see how very ignorant these people are. I'm telling you, they had to make this female in a lab. There's no way that people come this way. I don't care how much you've been hurt. I don't care how much you've been hurt. People do not come like the females that are doing this government surveillance and come. The men are bad enough, but the females are 10 times worse. And the best part about it is, like, when they're brought to justice, or when justice is brought to them, I mean, these are people that are going to be looking sick and shameful. But the comments that they're making right now are as if it's not going to happen. They're still bold because they're behind a screen. It's bullying. They're saying stuff to me that they never say to my face. That they never say to my face. So anyhow, back to that's what it looks like at work. That's what it looks like at work. It's a lot of unethical things taking place. It's a lot of people that aren't even doing part of what their job requires. And I'm talking about for people with real issues. Like, I'm sure you've seen my video about me doing my little trip to the psychiatrist. But that wasn't even... I told you, I knew I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be. I ain't have no business being there. But I'm just trying to get her to write down some stuff. Let you know, hey, this is what's going on. So when it's time for legal repercussions and things of that nature, I'll have someone else on my... No, I can't be on your side. That's not what I'm here for. First, she told me she's not there to research and look into claims, which is fine. But if you can't research and look into claims, then you shouldn't be forming an opinion because you don't know enough to. And second, you're not a place to just leave information. Okay, got it. I know I'm in the wrong spot. But I'm saying there's people that do have a problem and they aren't able to put the pieces together because they're so distraught by how heavily the government is attacking them and in the way that the government is attacking them. And there's no telling what they have on top of that going on. They can't survive this stuff. People cannot survive this. And if I weren't sober and I weren't me genetically, If I weren't me, I probably wouldn't make it, but I'm me, so. But at work, that's what it is. At work, it looks like, give me one moment. My lips were dry. Okay. But at work, it looks like we're just caring for young children and infants. But the way you change a diaper is different from the way that I would change a diaper. Do you know how much daycare costs? I don't even have a child. And I know that people spend a lot of money on daycare a week. A week. For their children to be cared after with decency, especially infants and toddlers. I'm talking about, we need dry bottoms, clean diapers. But if they're sending your children home with on them, it's a problem. And it's one thing to get home and be mad about it. And it's another thing to complain about it. Because sometimes you do. You can't just verbally complain to everybody. Recognize who you're dealing with. When you're dealing with the devil, first of all, don't you ever verbally complain to the devil. Unless you have a gift and can put them in check. Because when I tear a devil down to his face, I tear a devil down to his face and I tear them down the sides. I will make a grown man shrink right before me. When I know that it's a nasty, filthy spirit. And I've been that way my entire life. I'm the nicest person until I recognize what type of spirit I'm dealing with. Consider the spirit. If you're dealing with a devil, formal. It has to be formal. Write it up. If you're mad about it, show how mad. Sit down and write about it. Turn it in. So that there's record that you complained about this. That way you don't have to get into a dispute with nobody if it should ever come up again. There's no back and forth. There's no this and that. No, I wrote this date, and you should have it on file. That's how you get rid of people. Because they have a way of letting devils stick around in places that they don't need to be. You got to kick them out put them out of all the places that they do not need to be. That means the female you're having a salad with at lunch, have been having a salad with at lunch every day for the last 12 years. Maybe gone now. It's good for you. That may mean the guy that you ride to lunch with every day for the past 6-7 months has to go now. But it's good for you. What you need to understand is that when you put the devil out of places that they don't need to be in, no matter how nice they play to you in front of your face, it's good for humanity. It's bigger than just you. You can't be smiling to my face and dogging out Jim and Sue. Because as soon as I find out you dogging out Jim and Sue, I'm getting rid of you. For your unnecessary behavior. That ain't how you are around me. So you playing me. So you got somebody good to vouch for you. And that's what it boils down to. They need good people to vouch for them. The devil gotta go. Worse. It looks like a judge that did not rule in the victim's favor. That's what it looks like at work. But these are reptiles. These are reptiles that are letting people get away with stuff that they should not be able to get away with. And they're doing it on purpose and shamefully, because who's going to go against them? Especially when a large portion, so large of a portion of their population, of our population, has been attacked, and have these type of people roaming to where they can distract you along with day-to-day life. Who's going to go against them? Who's going to take out the time to fight these people in the way that they need to be fought? For letting people get off with things that are unexplainable. You can't sit and tell me that the stuff that these judges are letting slide you gotta go. I don't care who you are or what position you're in. If you're of evil descent and filthy nature, you must and will go. I don't care how long you've been around. I don't care how many people you fooled. I don't care. You must and will go. The devil gotta go. And when stuff like this happens, you have to reevaluate all of your friendships, all of your relationships in general. Because we can go through what it looks like at home as well, but that would take much longer. We're already at 20-some minutes. And I want to jump into the government that runs your government, which is the reason behind all of this. This is how all of this mess is even possible. The government that runs your government. So it's not the people that are sitting up there. It's not your president, your Senate. They're all evil too. Because you have to be. You have to be evil to know that this type of deceit is taking place and not tell or be a part of. No man or woman that was not morally corrupt could be an entity of that government. And we're talking about the ones to tell them what to do. Like the Book of Secrets and all that stuff. Those people. The underground, like Denver, underground area, time capsule. Those folks. Area 50. Those folks. The ones that sit with monitors. On top of monitors. On top of monitors. Those people.